That ball is really versatile for a pro ball.
Welcome back to JR Pro Shop Vids. Today we got the new Idol Cosmos from Roto Grip. Can't wait to see this ball thrown out on the lanes. Today, Jungo is back and he's comparing this one to the Idol Helios and the Idol Pearl. So if you've been a fan of JR Pro Shop Vids, you know that my cousin Jungo loves the Idol. The pink Idol, he has too many to count, and on top of that, he's been a fan of every single new release of the Idol line. So naturally, he is super excited to throw at this bowling ball, and to be honest, I'm excited to see it too. This ball features the Icon core, the one that's used in every other Idol ball. It's super strong and super controllable, and just a really good benchmark core. And wrapped around it, we have the Extreme Tracks Pearl cover stock. Essentially, it's the same cover stock that's on the Idol Helios, but in a Pearl version. That being said, today we are comparing the Idol Cosmos against the Idol Helios because the Idol Helios is a strong early rolling Idol, probably the earliest rolling one, but it's also very smooth and controllable. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, we have the Idol Pearl. Really good looking ball, really good for later in the day, burnt up conditions, getting left, and really getting the ball to snap in the back. Today, we are trying to figure out, is this Idol Cosmos going to be the most versatile ball that Jung has ever thrown? Stay tuned to find out. Today we are bowling on 40-foot Mercury, 5-to-1 pattern. Not too difficult, not too easy. Should be great to show the versatility of these bowling balls. Special shout out to all of our JR Pro Shop members. Thank you so much for joining our community. If you want special perks, early access to videos, some coaching, and some free merch, click the join button below. Great, let's take this ball. Jung, let's go.
Alright, Jungo is back. We got my favorite ball of all time, the Idol. But not the pink one, too bad. We got the orange one, the Helios. We got the green one, the Cosmos. And we have the blue one, the Idol Pearl, which is discontinued, but we're gonna throw it anyway. Alright, we'll start with the Helios. We're bowling on Mercury here, so break point's gonna be around 9 or 10. And we're just gonna throw the Helios first, the solid, to get a good baseline. So Helios here, really strong. The strongest Idol that's been made, I think. Nice and early, good for the fresh. Super clean back ends. You can see that ball's really early, but still turn the corner really hard down lane. So really fresh lanes. This ball helps control that a little bit. And that looked really good going through the pits. Let's throw the orange Helios one more time, and then we'll move down to the Cosmos. Everything is pretty brand new, right out of the box finish, so it's gonna be a really good comparison. Another good shot, slap the 10 out, nice. So I think if I were to bowl for score, I'd probably start with the Helios here, just like that, and then ball down to the Cosmos. So let's throw the Cosmos now. I think it's going to be a little bit sharper and a little bit longer down lane because this Helios has some fur on it. Okay, we'll stand in the same spot to start with. Ooh. Alright, I missed the board right at the arrows, so I hit 18 instead of 19. Went pretty far down lane, definitely hooked a little bit harder. Let's hit my mark this time, and we'll see how it goes through the pins. Okay, that was a really good shot. Definitely later, and a touch sharper than the Helios here on the fresh low condition. So a little bit harder control, but still overall, pretty solid reaction for a pro ball. Okay, one more shot, same line. Yeah, that was pretty good too. It's just a little bit weaker than the Helios. They came in a little light, where I think the Helios would have started up a little bit earlier, hooked a little bit more, went through the pins a little bit better, but not so bad though. Not so bad. I think if you put a little bit more surface on it, it could react a little bit more like the Helios, and you could use it on the fresh. But out of box, just goes a little bit long, I think. Idle Pearl. Really popular ball back a year or two ago. Lots of time on TV. Really long, really smooth through the front part of the lane, really sharp. Wow, I went dead flush, but that hooked like a hockey stick. Really sharp, really clean through the front part of the lane too because of the shiny cover. Where the Helios, you can see it starting to dig in pretty early. Okay, one more with the idle here. Yeah, that was a decent shot. Came in a little behind the head pin because it went a little long because of the polish and the weaker cover stock. So definitely have like a pretty good combo here with these three idles, even though you can't get this one anymore. Okay, so fresh Mercury, we started at 19 at the arrows. We're gonna move 10 boards to the right with our feet and play a little bit direct line, change the release a little bit more up the back, roll it a little bit more, have it hook a little bit more smooth, and let's see how these balls perform. A little bit better shot. Ball went through the pins really good. So these balls can play all over the lane, right? It's super dull like the Helios. You can play super straight, throw it really hard. It's gonna roll nice and early. It's gonna continue through the pins. And then you could polish it and it'll probably act like the Pearl, the blue one. It'll go really long and really make that corner. This is a really versatile Pearl. Okay, one more, and then we'll go to the Cosmos. Okay, threw down a little hard, still made it back to the head pin. A little 2-8-10, 2-8 went late. So that's a pretty good sign with that ball. Really picks up early, and you can stay right with it if you have your speed up. Okay, let's throw the Cosmos on that line. So this one might be a little bit harder to control playing straighter, just because it naturally wants to hook a little bit sharper. Yeah, you see that was a little late and a little sharp down lane, so a little half hit, basically a 10 pin. If your game wants you to play a little bit straighter, the Helios is probably the ball to go with. But if you like to move a little bit left, play inside the middle of the lane, probably want to go with the Cosmos here. That was a little bit better shot. Just rolled a little bit more off my hand. Was able to get the ball to pick up a little bit sooner and roll a little bit smoother down lane. So, but definitely harder to control when you're playing a little bit further right. So if you want to get in, hook it, Cosmos is your ball. All right, about halfway through the vid here with Jungo and the idle Cosmos. We played in the middle of the lane, we moved to the right. Now we're gonna move far to the left. I really think this is one of the most versatile balls ever made. What do you think is the most versatile ball ever made? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, the way this ball is set up, a dull Pearl, so we saw it playing straight. It's pretty good. And so now let's move left and try and slow hook it. So let's go 5 left of the original line here. Slow it down. That ball is really versatile. We just played pretty straight with it. Little baby swing out to 10. Rolled it a little bit, it was pretty smooth. We moved in, slow it down, and that ball was really sharp off the back end. We can keep moving left, I think. Okay, 5 more to the left. That ball is really versatile. That's 20 boards difference, right to left on a medium pattern. So medium patterns, you can kind of play wherever you want, just as long as you get that ball around 10 or 8. Let's go 5 more to the left. I think we hit the maximum there, but that still hit the pocket. That ball is crazy. Really responsive to speed and hand position, so that's really what I like to see out of a bowling ball. Okay, let's go 2 back to the right, throw a good shot here and send it home. Send it home to the shop. All right, we're back from the lanes. We bowled on 40-foot Mercury, a nice medium pattern. medium volume, a kind of pattern that you can play all over the lane with as long as you get that ball to 8 or 10 board here. Everything looks pretty good. So we use the idle here. We played all over the lane. I really do think this idle might be one of the most versatile balls I've ever thrown. Very, very close to the phase 2. To start off the vid, I used the Helios here. About 4th arrow out to 10 board at the break point. Just a nice normal line that I would play on a 40-foot pattern Mercury. It looked really great. Rolled nice and early, nice and smooth in the back end, controlled the wet dry at the end of the pattern, and I threw quite a few strikes with it at the beginning of the video. And so if I were to bowl for a score on fresh, I would definitely use the Helios here. It gave me a little bit of room left to right. It really controlled that break point down lane. I then went to the idle Cosmos. It was a little bit further down lane, a little bit sharper off the end of the pattern, so not quite as good on the fresh as the Helios here. As soon as they break down a little bit, I think going to the Cosmos here is going to be absolutely perfect right after the Helios. I also wanted to throw the old idle Pearl I had here. It's got the same layout on it. And this ball is really clean through the front part of the lane and really sharp down lane, so I wanted to see how these compare just because they're both pearls. This one being polished, it definitely went further down lane, definitely a little bit weaker, much more off the spot. Really good reactions out of all three of these, and with this being a pearl, a little bit sanded, it is definitely not the same as this idle pearl here that came out a while ago. We then moved a little bit further right, 10 boards with my feet. Rolled the ball a little bit more, keeping my hand behind it, just controlling that break point, playing a little bit straighter angles, and the Helios still looked the best. Rolled a little bit earlier, controlled that break point really well, still went through the pins, nice and continuous. It doesn't really matter where you play on the lane on the fresh, the Helios is the ball that I'm going to use. I then used the same line with the Cosmos, did the same thing as we're playing in the middle of the lane, a little bit further down lane, a little bit sharp off the end of the pattern, but still usable. If I dulled it down to maybe 1500 or 2K, similar to the Helios here, I think it would definitely be usable and I could score pretty well with it. If I do have a Helios, I'm going to use this one. We then did the opposite end of the spectrum. We went way left. We went 5th, 6th arrow. We used the Cosmos just to see what this ball could really do. And man, this ball comes back from everywhere. Slowed it down, got my hand around it a little bit, made it hook down at the back end. It came all the way back, swinging the whole lane. And it could play straight, could play in the middle lane, could play way left, swing the whole lane, hook it. This ball is really versatile the way it comes out of the box. As far as this ball being my new favorite idle, I'm just not sure yet. That pink idle's got so many games on it. I've had about 6 of them drilled, but this one is coming really close really soon. It's so versatile. I can use it on any pattern. I can already feel it. Got to alter the surfaces, maybe throw a couple different layouts on a couple more of them. This ball being as versatile as it is, can bring it everywhere. So to answer Jimu's question at the beginning of the video and my question in the middle of the video, I really do think this is the most versatile ball I've ever thrown. The phase 2 is just a little bit earlier than this, so it doesn't quite get as left as well as this, and this one can still play really straight because it can roll early if you throw it right. So yes, this is probably the most versatile ball I've thrown, and I'm gonna bring it everywhere. I just love this core. So with that being said, let me know down in the comments, what's the most versatile ball you've thrown? We love this ball so much. Jimu's been eyeing it. I think we might have another Idle Cosmos vid coming out pretty soon. Keep your eyes peeled for that one. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you in the next vid.